Hey folks, Magician's Apprentice here. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing a quick little beginner card trick. This is actually one of the first real card tricks that I learned when I first started doing card magic. There are a couple of sleights involved, but they're not that difficult. So stick with me and we'll go over this great beginner card trick.
Ooh. Ah.
Whatever.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you select a card. Any card you like. That one. Alright, look at your card, remember it. We'll place it back in the deck and we're going to give them a bit of a shuffle. And we want to get your card completely lost in the deck. We'll even give it a cut just to be on the safe side. Okay, so you picked a card and we got it lost in the deck. If I was able to pull your card out of there, that would be a pretty awesome trick. But that's a little bit too easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go through and I'm going to mix the cards up completely. I'm going to mix them back to front, front to back, and just in completely random order so that I have no idea where the cards are. So we mixed them up. So as you can see, I've got cards that are front to back, I've got cards that are back to front, and I've got cards that are back to back. So I put them all together, give my fingers a snap, and you'll notice I have now put all the cards back facing the same way except for one card, which I believe is your card. Well guys, that was the trick. I hope you enjoyed it. Stick around for the tutorial. Okay, like I said guys, this is a relatively easy trick. So if you just follow along and you'll find you'll get this in no time. Before you start, what you might want to do is take your cards and just give them a bit of a bend like this. Okay, you can do it with your hand covering as you're talking to your spectators so that they don't notice it. But what you want to do is you want to put a very slight bow in the cards. It will make it a lot easier for anybody that's a beginner. And you'll see why in a minute. But when you start the trick, you're just going to have the spectator select a card. Now they can choose any card they like. You're not forcing anything on them. So let's say in this example they pick the Jack of Spades. What you want to do with your spectator's chosen card ultimately is you want it on the bottom of the deck. How you get it there is completely up to you. One of the ways you can do it is you can place the card back in the center of the deck, bring it in, do a classic pass, which brings the card to the top of the deck, and then you could just do an overhand shuffle, bringing the spectator's chosen card to the bottom of the deck. And then you can go through and do a riffle shuffle and a couple of cuts just to reinforce that the card's been lost in the deck. If you're not comfortable doing any of those types of passes, what you can do is when you place the card back into the center of the deck, push it in and angle it off slightly so you get this corner here. Grab it with your pinky and get a pinky break between the two packets. Lift the top packet off and then rotate the bottom packet like this and then just start shuffling cards. Okay? Because what you've done is you've actually retained that card to the top. If you're really uncomfortable doing even that, then just have the spectator put the card on top and you can just shuffle it to the bottom like this and then do a bottom retention overhand shuffle to keep it there. So once you've got the spectator's chosen card on the bottom of the deck, what you're going to do at that point is, in the demonstration I was saying, you know, okay, well we took your card, we mixed it up, it's lost somewhere in the deck. If I could pull your card out, that would be a really cool trick. And most people go, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. You say, okay, well what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it even more difficult. And you're going to pretend to mix the deck up. So you're going to shuffle cards into your opposite hand and then flip them upside down like this. And then you're going to peel more cards into your hand like this, and you're going to keep doing this, alternating. Now to the spectator, it looks like you really are mixing up the cards, but all you're doing is you're just creating two piles, one face up, one face down. Okay, and you keep doing this until you get to the bottom card, and once you have the bottom card, you want it here like this. Okay, now because you told the spectator you're mixing everything up, they're not going to think anything of it. Now this is why I had you maybe bend your cards a little bit at the beginning of the trick. You see this natural break here? That's because all these cards are face down and all these cards are face up, with the exception of the spectator's card, which is on top. So because of that bend, it creates this natural break. And that's going to make the next part easier. Because what you're going to tell the spectators, you're going to say, okay, look, I have in fact mixed up all the cards. Now pull off just a little bit off the top packet, show the spectator and say, look, I've got cards that are front to back. Place it back down, peel off a bottom portion of the bottom packet and say, and I have cards that are back to front. And now you take it from that break and you go, and I have cards that are back to back. And do it in that order. Okay, the packet that has the spectator's card in it, you show them first, because when you say this, you want them focusing on this. So you go, I have cards that are back to back, and while they're looking at this, instead of putting the cards back down like you took them off, you're going to reverse it and put them down like this. So it's a little bit of misdirection. So you've actually now put the deck all back in order. The trick's done, and the spectator's card is in the center. So at that point, it's easy. You just do whatever magical gesture that you want, and you say, as you can see, and now you fan the cards out. You tell them, I've turned the cards all back facing the same direction except for their chosen card, and then I go through and I show the rest of the deck to prove that in fact I have turned all the cards back over. Like I said, guys, this is a really simple trick and it gets a really good reaction. I hope you enjoyed it. Well folks, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed that trick and that you got something out of it. If you did, as always, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.